Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself to my YouTube channel. I haven't been on here in quite a long time. Anyway, today's video is going to be going over how to best stay on track during a vacation. A lot of you guys know that my husband and I are going to Jamaica for a week this week to an all-inclusive resort, and we're super excited. So it's prompted a lot of you girls to ask the question, how do you stay on track during a vacation? What do you do? What tips do you have for me when I go on a vacation? So let's dive into it. I think the biggest thing for me in terms of going on a vacation or going on a trip is not viewing it as an opportunity for me to just completely go into it with my hands thrown up with the idea in my mind that I'm just gonna go to town on all things food and drink. For me, my memories come from my experiences and the time I spend with the people I love. And I completely understand, of course, that food is the cultural aspect of it, depending on where you're going, and you want to experience a lot of the food depending on where you're going. That's obviously okay, and it should be a part of your experience as well when you're traveling. But I think it's been helpful for me in my journey and where my mindset has gotten to in my fitness journey is I don't see vacations as an opportunity to go full force with the foods that are going to be around me, because I don't have such a strict day-to-day life with my diet now. I think had I been in a place with my health or my fitness journey where I was constantly having to live in this restrictive mode, it would be more natural for me to have a vacation planned where I already have it made up in my mind that it's like, okay, I got a week, I'm gonna try everything that I can that I normally can't have, and I wanna eat everything I can to get my money's worth. So that's been a really big game changer, just mentality wise, is not feeling like I have to make up for lost time because I don't live a restrictive life with my day-to-day diet anyway in this vacation. Even though it's at an all-inclusive resort, I just don't have that mindset in my head that I have to go in and eat all this food just because. So aside from that, I personally do still track my food when I travel or when I'm on vacation, and that's always going to be my suggestion for my clients as well, or any of you who practice and implement a flexible diet. And the reason for that is it's still going to provide you some sort of level of accountability when you're not in your own safe, controlled environment at home, right? And by no means am I wanting or expecting any of you, or even for myself, to be bringing your food scale or to be tied to your phone meticulously tracking every single morsel you're putting into your mouth. That is not the idea and the concept behind a flexible diet whatsoever, whether you're traveling or not. So I definitely wouldn't want this to put more stress on somebody, because a vacation is not meant to make you feel more stressed. And if tracking your food and becoming obsessive about it is going to create more stress than anything, it's probably not the right diet for you to follow anyway, but that's besides the point. But I do still suggest trying to keep some sort of data when you are on a vacation, because even though you aren't going to be bringing your food scale and you're not able to weigh and track every single thing 100% of the time, you're at least still going to have some sort of idea of where you're at throughout the day. And for me, that prevents me from completely overeating without really realizing it. And if I end up being, a few hundred calories over what my current goals are, I'm not gonna stress about it. But I know at least then it's like, okay, time to stop. But at least I know then, okay, I'm already kind of over my goals, I'm probably fine for today. And it prevents me from just completely going overboard with my food. And the other benefit to still tracking is, again, that extra level of accountability that you're gonna have with yourself, so that you have some sort of ballpark of where you're at throughout the day. But also it just keeps you in the habit of doing it also. So that is just how I approach it. That's my suggestion for all of you girls, and especially if you're a client of mine and you're going on a vacation, especially a long one like a week plus, I'm still going to suggest that you stay in those healthy habits and track the best you can so that you have some sort of gauge of where you're at throughout the day. I think it also can help prevent that mindset too that a lot of us have at some point, where we take a week-long vacation and we completely overdo it and we gain 5 to 10 pounds when we come home, and then we feel like crap. we see the scale go up several pounds, we feel disgusting, we feel bloated, we feel guilty for completely overindulging. It just helps contribute to that mindset of completely binging and then coming home and feeling the need to restrict all over again and do the extra cardio and restrict your intake for the next several days because of what you did for a week in the past. You know, it just creates that really unhealthy mindset of binge and restrict and binge and restrict. And even if you took your vacation and you decided to go full-fledged and overeat, please don't come back from that trip feeling like you have to restrict yourself or do a bunch of extra cardio to make up for it and punish yourself because of the choices that you made. Please, please, please just come back, get back to your normal routine, start tracking your food, hit your normal goals that you have, and just move on with life. I think that's sometimes the negative piece and the negative result that can come from treating a vacation like it's this huge party, throw your hands up in the air, I don't care, I'm gonna eat and drink whatever I want, because you do have to come home and face the consequences of that, which usually propels a really negative mindset shift when you get back to reality. So that all said, I also want to remind you girls that a few days and a couple weeks here and there when you're taking trips or you're on vacation in the course of a year, it's just not that long. It's 2 to 5% of your entire year. So even if you had several days or a few weeks out of your whole year that you do completely just go overboard, it will not make or break your success in the long run. And sometimes that's a really hard picture for people to keep in their mind, is looking at that long-term picture. We're so focused on right now and the short term and the next couple of weeks or a month at a time that we're only focused on this short period of time and how it's going to affect us right now. But if you try to back up and take a bird's eye view of your whole entire fitness journey, those days and those weeks where you're off track hopefully are not going to negatively impact the grand scheme of things. If you're having that F-it mentality with every time you have a trip or vacation or an event, then of course your results may look a little bit different. I hope this was helpful for you girls. Again, long story short, I think for me, because I already implement and have really healthy behaviors and a relationship with food, and I practice and implement a flexible diet every day of my life. I don't believe in cheat meals. I don't believe in cheat days or having anything that's like completely off limits and avoiding from my diet. That I try not to turn around and treat my vacations or my trips or my social events as if it's any other day of my life. And that has for me been how I've been able to really have a completely balanced lifestyle. Not necessarily even a balanced diet, but a balanced lifestyle where I can go holidays and trips and everything else that comes up in life and have it not completely derail me every single time there's an event or a social event that comes up. So I hope this was helpful for you girls. If you have any other questions or want me to do another video on anything else, just comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.